What's up guys, it's Bucko back with another 3D printing video. Today's kind of a cool one. We've got a different type of filament. If you didn't see the video yesterday, go check it out. We went over a couple of the different filaments that I bought yesterday. This one is one of my favorite ones that I bought. And let me tell you why. Silica gel fella. So this is the luminous green from Esun. And just like the name suggests, it is very luminous. But in this video, it's going to be kind of like a little filament review, I guess you could call it. You know, we'll be going over things just like the price, ease of use, any problems I had while printing it, you know, my print settings, what else? There's something else. Oh, and also we're going to be comparing it to PLA, because I feel like PLA is what people normally get into printing with, and if your printer can't print the other ones, PLA is what you normally print with anyway. Recently started using different filaments, so I thought it would be a good idea to kind of review them as I go, because this is first-hand experience, which is what most new people are going to have when they go out and buy some. But the first thing we'll go over is the price, and this was stupidly cheap, but I got very lucky. So for me, this cost me a whopping price of 20 Australian dollars for a 1 kilo roll. Not bad. It is PLA, but it is glow-in-the-dark PLA. That's a pretty good selling point for 20 bucks. I got this on sale for $20. Unfortunately, I know, I'm a horrible person. I should have said that first. It's normally $30. I'm sure that's not a big enough difference for anyone to care, but it's an extra 10 bucks normally. Now, I've used this Esun filament quite a lot because it's the only thing I can really buy in JCar in Australia. Just recently they started stocking the ELEGOO, or ELEGOO, however you call it, filaments, which is pretty cool because it's the only other different one they have up to now that isn't complete trash. I've tried the other ones, but this one actually hasn't been too bad for me. I did have a comment to say that he has a lot of stringing issues with the PLA filament. Can't say I've had that problem. Maybe it's a bit moist or something, I don't know. Most of mine are still sealed up, but maybe after a while it does go bad. Maybe the shelf life isn't as good as some of the more expensive filaments. But hey, not everyone has like $50 to go spend on 1 kilo roll of filament. So for the price, you can't really complain. So I'm gonna put a good mark on the price. Next is the ease of use. And the ease of use, pretty damn easy, but I guess obviously that depends what printer you have, I guess. But the actual filament itself is pretty easy to use. The only thing I might mention, it's a little bit brittle, I've noticed, compared to normal PLA. Probably because it's, you know, glow in the dark, and it has different things in it to make it do that. But it feels a bit more brittle, and when I was putting it into my filament tube, I did have a little snappage halfway. Probably my fault for trying to do it too fast, so just keep that in mind, okay? And another notable mention on the ease of use, and I guess this is also a problem, so this kind of goes under the problem category. The supports on this stuff, at least in my experience, they are very, very, very brittle. Like this feels a lot more, I'll grab an example. It feels a lot more, I don't know if you can hear that, a lot more brittle than the regular PLA. So if you're going to be using it for something structural, I just wouldn't. I also wouldn't recommend using PLA for anything structural in general, but sometimes you can get away with it. Anyway, the weird one. And now, I guess the actual selling point. How bright is this filament, you may ask, when it's, you know, dark? As you can see, it's not dark right now, but luckily I thought ahead, and I'm going to show you some little videos of stuff that I've made with this filament on my ELEGOO, or ELEGOO, however you say it. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. I should probably find another video to watch so I know how to say it properly. I'm just going to call it Mr. Carbon from now on because it's too long anyway. But yeah, I'll show you some videos right now of what it actually looks like, and it looks pretty damn cool if I don't say myself. I think you would agree. It's pretty bright as well. You have to hold it, you know, it has to be in light first as well. You can't just go ahead and print it in a dark room and then be like, oh, it's not glowing, because that's not how it works. It has to be obviously charged up with the UV of the sun. Pro tip, you can just put a flashlight of your phone on it and it'll light up like crazy for a couple seconds and disappear. Pretty cool. And now the print settings, and once again pretty easy. It's PLA, so my printer kind of does it for me anyway, and it has presets. But it's running 210. I did do 220 as well yesterday, and it looked pretty much the same. But they do say you can do 190 degrees to 230 degrees, so anywhere between there, you'll be all good. Alright, now we get on to the couple of things I've printed with it. I'll show you a couple on the screen. We'll go over a couple of them. The first one I printed was the Statue of Liberty. I'll link that down below. I didn't make that, of course. I'm not that good at designing. I'll link that down below. As you can see, it looks sweet. It looks really cool. Even while it's not glowing, it looks cool anyway. I like the kind of off-white hinge it has to it. The kind of a greeny colour. Greeny off-whitey colour. It's weird. Strange colour, but it's cool. Then obviously at night time, it looks really, really cool. Glows up. Looks awesome at night. Would recommend looking at it at the night. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's the Statue of Liberty. And next we have, probably no one knows what this is. But if you do, you're a real one. This is the Dust 2 map from Counter-Strike 2. And I think it's pretty damn cool how I printed this with, by the way, no supports at all. Because as I mentioned before, they're a bit of a pain to get off. So I didn't print it with supports, but it did it so well. The camera doesn't really pick up the real intricate details too well, to be honest. But it looks awesome. At night time, once again, obviously it glows. It's the same filament. Once again, very brittle. So I have been very careful with this because there's lots of little pieces. In fact, oh no, I have broken the door off Dust 2. You probably can't see that, but I have broken the door. Let's put it back before I break the rest of it. And now the next thing we printed on Mr. Carbon with the filament was my Bucko Prince little logo thing I made here. I had a cool idea for a new background banner on my profile. I just made them small for now, but we might make some big ones for the background or something at some point. That'd be pretty cool. And that is pretty much it for what I printed with it, except for what's on my printer right now, which is a little ghost. If it's not done by the time, you know, I've edited this, sorry. But if it is, you'll probably be seeing it now. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. Just a little ghost. I'll link that one down below as well, because this one is not mine. And of course, I will always link everyone's designs that aren't mine in the description below, because I'm not one of those not very nice people. And yeah, well, that's it now for the prints. And the last thing I want to go over is, compared to PLA, where do I put it? So I'm going to put the PLA as the baseline of ease of use and kind of just the general all-rounder. I guess PETG could kind of be that too, because it's very good. But most people print on PLA if you can't do other things, so I'm going to go with PLA. Compared to PLA, it's the same, because it's PLA. It's also just PLA. Just because it's luminous doesn't mean it's not PLA. It acts the same as PLA. It's a little bit more brittle than PLA, if anything. But in the printer, same settings, don't have to do anything special. You could probably print this on just a regular bed slinger like I have down there. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty damn good filament, and for the price, extremely good. And that is pretty much it for this little filament review, I'm going to call it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Yo, we're like 1 away from 10 subs in like 2 days, which is pretty cool. Thank everyone who subscribed. I'm replying to all of you in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Keep printing.